Ancient strategy, modern sales, one usable line per episode.
Last time, we said pressure creates resistance. Today, why pushing is the fastest way to lose the leverage you think you have. So here's something I've noticed. The harder I push on a deal, the less power I seem to have.
That's not your imagination, that's a pattern.
What kind of pattern?
The kind that costs you deals you should have won. And by the end of this episode, you'll have one line that breaks it. Stay with me.
Okay, let me paint the picture. I've got a prospect who's interested. Budget's there, timeline fits. So I lean in. I send the proposal early. I follow up the next morning.
And
they go quiet. So I follow up again. Add more detail, more options, maybe a small discount.
What happens next?
They either ghost me, or they come back with a much harder negotiation. Suddenly they want a bigger discount, longer terms, more concessions.
So you pushed harder, and ended up with less.
Exactly. How does that happen? I had leverage, good product, good fit. Where did it go?
You gave it away. The moment you started pushing, you signaled something. And that signal changed everything.
What signal?
Need. When you push, you communicate that you need this deal more than they do. And the moment they sense that, leverage flips.
Even if I don't actually need it.
Perception is position. Push too hard, and you look desperate. Here's what most people miss. Leverage isn't created by pressure. Leverage is destroyed by it.
That goes against every instinct I have.
Which is exactly why it keeps happening.
So every time I push harder, I'm actually weakening my own position.
Pushing moves you from advisor to vendor, from equal to applicant. The other side reads that shift instantly. Keep this in mind, we'll come back to it. Sun Tzu described this exact trap 2,500 years ago. He was talking about siege warfare.
Siege warfare?
He said, the worst strategy is to besiege a walled city. Preparing siege equipment takes months. But the general, unable to control his frustration, sends his men to swarm the walls like ants.
What happens?
A third of his army dies. And the city still stands.
So the siege fails, not because the army is weak, but because the approach is wrong.
The walls don't fall because you throw more bodies at them. The general's frustration, his impatience, that's what destroys his own army.
And in a deal?
Your emails are the soldiers. Your follow-ups are the siege ladders. And the prospect's resistance is the wall. The harder you throw yourself at it, the more you lose, and the wall doesn't move.
The wall doesn't move. It's the pushing that's the problem, not the wall. So what's the real cost? When I keep pushing on a deal that's slowing down?
3 things, and most people only see one of them. First, you lose positioning. Every extra follow-up says, I need this more than you do. That changes the power dynamic permanently.
What's the second?
Trust erodes. Not dramatically, quietly. They start wondering, is this person thinking about my problem, or their quota?
And the third?
Options disappear. When you're pushing, you can't pivot. You can't reframe. You're locked into one direction, forward.
So pushing doesn't just fail. It makes everything else harder too.
Here's the loop. You feel the deal slipping. So you push. Pushing signals need. Need shifts leverage to the other side. They pull back or raise demands. You feel the deal slipping more. So you push harder.
And each cycle costs more.
Sun Tzu called it the disaster of siege. We see it every day in sales.
Feels like the loop is invisible while you're in it.
Because every action inside the loop feels productive. Sending the follow-up feels like progress. Offering the discount feels like flexibility. But each one feeds the cycle.
So what breaks it?
Reversal. Instead of adding force, remove it. Instead of chasing the deal, step back.
That's hard when the quarter's ending.
Hard, yes. But the general who stops the siege and finds another way in, he's the one who takes the city. The one who keeps throwing soldiers at the wall, he loses everything. So here's the practical shift. When you feel the urge to push harder, that's your signal to do the opposite.
The opposite?
Open space instead of closing it. Give them room instead of taking it away. The moment you stop pushing, something changes.
What changes?
They stop defending, and when defense drops, real information flows. You hear what they're actually thinking, not what they're saying to protect themselves.
So stepping back is actually a move forward.
The indirect path. Quick checkpoint. If your next follow-up feels urgent, pause. That's the frustration talking.
How do I know the difference between stepping back and giving up?
Giving up is silence with no intention. Stepping back is space with a purpose. You're not disappearing, you're creating room for the other person to move toward you.
Room to move toward me, instead of me chasing them.
Now, the one line for this episode.
Let's hear it.
Stop pushing, remove the fight.
That's what I say to myself, not to them.
This one's internal. It's a reset command. Before you send the follow-up. Before you offer the discount. Before you chase. Say it to yourself. Then choose differently.
So it's a decision filter.
When you catch yourself about to push, stop. Ask, am I about to throw more soldiers at the wall? If yes, remove the fight instead. Change the approach. And here are 2 more ways to use this. External version. I don't want this to feel like pressure. Where are you really at?
That one's for the call itself.
When you feel the other person pulling back, instead of chasing, name the tension. Give them permission to be honest. Most salespeople would double down. You do the opposite.
And the third?
Let's take this off the table for now. Then wait.
What if they agree?
Then the deal was already lost. But 9 times out of 10, they say, no, let's keep talking. Because you removed the pressure. Without pressure, people move forward on their own.
3 tools. 1 internal reset, 1 for naming tension, 1 for creating space.
All doing the same thing. Removing the fight so movement can return. Let's make sure you own them.
Here's what I'm taking away. Leverage isn't something you create by pushing. It's something you destroy by pushing.
Keep going.
The siege trap. Throwing more resources at a wall that won't move. The real cost isn't just the failed deal. It's the trust, the positioning, and the options I burn along the way.
And the escape.
Stop pushing. Remove the fight. Step back to move forward.
Drill zone. Come back here before your next call. When you feel the urge to push, what do you say to yourself?
Stop pushing. Remove the fight.
Again, slower, like you actually believe it.
Stop pushing. Remove the fight.
Good. Now the external one.
I don't want this to feel like pressure. Where are you really at?
And the space maker.
Let's take this off the table for now.
The sequence. When you feel the deal tightening, first, internal reset. Stop pushing, remove the fight. Second, name the tension. Third, offer space.
Reset, name, space.
This week's test. 1 deal. 1 moment where you feel the urge to push. Instead, step back. See what happens.
Just once.
Once is enough. The shift will be obvious.
Which tool first?
Pick the one that fits. A. Stop pushing. Remove the fight. B. Where are you really at? Or C. Let's take this off the table. Drop your pick in the comments.
What's next episode?
Why silence isn't rejection, and why most people fill it too fast. Same calm tone, 1 usable line.
Ancient strategy, modern sales, 1 usable line per episode.